Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV's coverage of the Week 3 match between Lowpander and Arctic Foxes. I am zeFrosty and today I am joined by Everex. Want to introduce yourself?
Alright, hi, as you say, I'm Everex, but more importantly we have two teams here ready to face it off. We have Lowpander and Arctic Foxes. What do you think about these two teams, zeFrosty?
I think it'd be quite interesting to see, Arctic Foxes have been really strong last season and they've been a bit sort of shuffled up this season so far. They've had 3 different scouts, if I'm not wrong, so their new pocket scout for today, one each week so far, is Tiger, so he's sort of renowned for being this incredibly hefty DM player. He's just got incredible aim and has quite a good understanding of where to be, so I think he's definitely a pretty good asset. I mean, even though they had Puyuskari before, I think Tiger's definitely not a downgrade in the DM standpoint, as crazy as that may sound.
Yeah, certainly. It will be interesting to see how he does, actually. Like, as you say, he's an incredibly good DM player, more so on Soldier, but, recently I think he has played a few games in Prem as Scout, so he's pretty adept at all of those classes, so yeah, it'd be good to see how he does. Lowpander, on the other hand, have been stuck together like glue so far. Pretty much, no shuffling around to see. So they've been playing together for quite a while.
I guess quickly take us through the roster, maybe. Just I think we might be starting soon, so might as well get it out of the way for the viewers.
All right, yeah, I will do. On the side of Lowpander, we have Mr. Epic and Funds, the tier 3 players playing Scout. We have Hildreth and Ubers, actually. No, maybe this is just in pre-game. I think, yes, there we go. We have Mookie and Ubers on those soldiers. Mookie, of course, pretty infamous for his flexing in these games. Hildreth on the demo and Crayon playing Medic. On the side of Arctic Foxes, we have Marosh and Tiger on Scout. Feeling and DD5F on the soldiers. Raptor on Medic. And of course, Adam Racek on demo.
Yeah, you can't forget about the race car. Everyone's favourite. But I think we are going live fairly shortly. But what are you going to throw out a prediction? Do you think you have anything crazy you got?
Well, we saw last week actually. Lowpander had a very strong performance on Reckoner, especially. Mookie on that heavy at some points was just absolutely mowing players down. So I'm going to say, actually, I think Arctic Foxes are a very strong team, but Lowpander are going to take it on this map, Reckoner. And then, well, I have no idea is it Gullywash the next map? I think
it is Gullywash. But saying that, we are going into this first mid, and Mookie is already on the heavy, so I know I'm going to have my eyes all on him. Do you want to take us away for this first mid?
Very nice. Okay, we have Hildreth and Adam Racek just facing each other off right now, spamming their stickies across this bridge. Adam does seem to get the better end of the damage as both soldiers from Arctic Foxes jump in. Didi getting 2 kills straight away onto the scouts, and gets a third actually. It's a great mid from Didi, cleaning up another one. The Mookie heavy just pops out of that doorway and does get immediately destroyed. So there we go. Very quick and very dominant mid for Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, I think they expected the Mookie heavy play there, and Didi and Feeling definitely did the right thing. They just got super aggro as soon as they possibly could, and there was just nothing they could do with that aggression. 3 players down before the heavy even arrived at mid, so they're going to be taking this uber advantage into last, actually. They've sort of built up a small ad.
Yeah, here we go, they're taking this through main now. Feeling is going to be leaning it in, gets popped off, gets a great rocket onto Funds there, does eventually take him down, but meanwhile on the right side, Adam Racek and Didi just locking down that spawn door, but the Uber now from Crayon, he does actually get it up in time, so he pops that off, and Lowpander are going to be wiping up the rest of these players from Arctic Foxes. Didi very weak in lobby, but I think he's going to be escaping through lower, so all good for the side of Lowpander so far.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate from Arctic Foxes there. They weren't able to quite convert that Uber advantage. I think Crayon was very, very close to not getting it in time, and then did a very good job of staying alive there. We've seen it from even that first mid, how aggressive the soldiers can be on Arctic Foxes, and they nearly took it out on them. So, I don't know, I think they're just going to be content to hold on this last point for now. They've got Mookie up on the engineer, Funds on the sniper, and they've even got Ubers up on one of the notorious banners that he seems to run quite frequently. But yeah, I think they're just content to both hold each other's seconds here, maybe see what they can get, maybe on the side of a pick.
Well, we have Funds sniping into lobby right now, as Arctic Foxes are moving in, so he does have a couple of shots, but seems to whiff those two, so no picks for him just yet. Let's see if he can do anything now, as Arctic Foxes seem to be walking in on this left side. Tiger does go down very weak, and actually Ubers cleans him up, with DD jumping in as well, getting cleaned up by Mr. Epic on the heavy. That's 2 players down from Arctic Foxes, bit of a double sack. Let's see if Lowpander are going to try and do anything on second with that at all.
Yeah, you would think they would try, but at the moment they're kind of just sort of poking each other at the moment, not really doing a whole lot. And DD's already back in the front lines, so yeah, they're just content to sit on this last point right now. We've got Crayon hiding in dispensers, got the sentry gun, Funds is still up on that sniper, but for now they do have Tiger on sniper, I guess, so we try and out-snipe him, and it looks like they're about to meet each other here, and Tiger takes him out. Funds is now gone, and that's 1 player down on the side of Lowpander, and Arctic Foxes look like they're going to try and maybe take something off of this, and Funds! I mean, a Tiger taking down Uber as well. Sorry, just getting too excited there.
Well, he does get a bit of a peek onto Crayon there, just misses his shot narrowly. But the sentry's gone down on the side of Mookie, including his very own life, so there are 2 down currently for Lowpander as the Ubers get exchanged. A headshot rings off there from Tiger. The soldiers from Arctic Foxes just jumping forward. Crayon is so weak, can DD clean him up? No, not quite, but the cap is being played now. It's just Ubers left on it. And Raptor is up in his face, but Tiger with a bit of a sniper 5k there onto last.
Yeah,
a couple of great headshots.
Yeah, as I was saying before, he's such a great DM player, and it doesn't really seem to matter what class he plays, he just seems to frag on everything and really bringing it out for his team there, getting those 2 really good picks at the start to really let his team get into that last point. And unfortunately nothing on the side of Lowpander seemed to be working, and that's the first round going the way of Arctic Foxes.
Well, Hildreth and Adam having their traditional little stare-off now. Actually, Hildreth seems to be winning it for his team this time. But Adam is pushing straight across the point. DD is in. He's doing so much damage. Adam does take down Hildreth. Tiger with a nice frag onto Mr. Epic. So Lowpander looking a little bit low on numbers, but here comes 450 health Mookie. Currently not quite that healthy. He's very, very low. Let's see if he's going to get healed up. Who's this scout on the flank? He's behind. He's looking to cause some damage, but Funds, he sees Tiger and he says no, you will not be flanking us today. So there we go. A nice little mid-win for Lowpander.
Yeah, I think it's quite unfortunate there for the Arctic Foxes. They got in and they had some really, really good aggression, but unfortunately the pick advantage that they had sort of got themselves ended up that everyone was such low HP they couldn't do anything, and now we do see Lowpander, we're peaking a bit aggressive in the toxic area there, but I don't think they're really going to try and do anything for now. They're just content to hold on to this midpoint right now and maybe see what they can do with the Mookie heavy play. But Taiga is looking like he wants to maybe try and get a pick here, and Ubers is a bit overextended, doesn't get caught out, and I don't think he actually saw Tiger sniping, so maybe someone's going to waddle into this cargo area and get picked off unexpectedly.
Yeah, not a lot happening right now, but Lowpander actually have Mookie on that spy class. Here he comes rolling out right now. He's going to be trying to get some picks of his own. He's going to be walking into under now. Let's see if he's going to get spotted. No, he's infiltrated so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's just positioning himself around the flank right now, maybe seeing what he can call out for his team. He's not really doing anything too much right now, but DD a bit unknowingly did some damage to him there, but I don't think Mookie's been spotted as of yet. But yeah, they're kind of just waiting on him. Oh, maybe they do. They do look like they're trying to check some angles. I mean, when you've got Mookie on the enemy team and nothing's happened for 5 minutes, you've got to expect a spy play.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think here he goes though. He's in. He gets to drop onto Raptor. Great play there. Is he going to escape as well? He's on 10 HP under. They still don't know he's there. If they just spam some rockets, they might get him. But no, he lives for now. He's in the corner. He's going for this scout. But, he's going to get him. No, Marish will clean him up. But meanwhile, the Uber has come in from Crayon and Hildreth. And with 3 down on the side of Arctic Foxes, I think Lowpander are going to cap up this second. But Marish is sneaking around behind. He's potentially looking for some spawn kills here. Is he going to get Funds or Ubers?
Yeah, I think he's just hiding in Toxic right now, maybe trying to see what he can do. He's just creeping up behind them right now. Oh, I think Mookie did spot him out there, unfortunately. But on the other hand, Ubers and Funds have gone down to Adam Racecar on the front side, so they're just going to have to completely give up the second point. They were too afraid of Marosh being out behind that they've just completely everyone's turned their head and completely forgot that there's another 5 players in front of them.
Yeah, it was great foresight from him. He did his job, you know. He pulled the players back and just allowed his team, Arctic Foxes, to take all of the room on second and eventually cap it. Funds does clean up Marosh behind. So now Crayon has his Uber and they have a pick. Let's see if they're going to try and do anything. I think Mookie goes in for a bit of a sack. Uber's trying to join him. He gets good damage onto Tiger. Does manage to kill him. So a bit of a trade. No Uber's being popped off with that sack. So I think if nothing else happens here, we are going to be looking at a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, they do look like they're getting pretty aggressive in this cargo area right now, trying to see what kind of damage they can get. Ubers is just trying to one-man army it against like 4 of the players on Arctic Foxes, and seems to be doing alright right now. He's not really taking too much damage, but we do see Mookie up on the sniper right now, going to go for a peek in the lowers, seeing what kind of picks he can maybe get on to, and maybe Raptor, and if he gets caught out in the wrong position. And I say that, oh, that was very close. Very, very close to hitting him in the head, but yeah, now he's just kind of giving himself away, and he's going to have to maybe try and work for some sort of other pick.
He seems to just be not really that patient with his shots. Like, he had a good shot on that soldier there, kind of just like clicked a little bit too early, you know? If you just calm down, held your breath, didn't go overzealous with that trigger finger, he may have got a pick, but yeah, he's looking around. He's got to get an angle someday. But Raptor, you know, he's just hiding behind that fence. He's not giving any chances at all to Mookie to get a pick onto him.
Yeah. And we do see now Marosh has went back to spawn and come up on that sniper. So he's going to be trying to maybe go for some sort of duel onto him here. Yeah, nearly gets a shot into Ubers actually, but unfortunately not quite able to pick him off. But yeah, for now I think it's just going to be waiting for these snipers to try and do something. Arctic Foxes are getting very aggressive in this cargo area, and they do take down Hildreth, and that is definitely going to warrant them to maybe try and get in right now. Just no Demo Man going to let them flood through easily, and they do have the banner, which is going to come out, and they're just going to push into this midpoint.
Yeah, Adam Racek takes down Funds nice and early. The Uber getting popped off from Crayon. Raptor still hasn't used it yet. He pops it off now. But Arctic Fox is going to have such a great Uber here. If they can just catch Ubers out, he goes absolutely launching. Marosh! Oh my god! That was insane. He just pops him out of the air there with a nice little body shot. Wow. Uber's got it somewhat destroyed there.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I think that's going to sort of let Arctic Foxes just get in here for pretty much for free. They're not really taking a whole lot of spam. They're already set up on the second point.
Adam Racek.
Yeah, he's got, wow. He got the forward spawn stick. He's not absolutely care to give. And yeah, they're going to be maybe trying to get in here with Mookie being down and Ubers being down, then they could potentially maybe get in quick now.
Yeah, I think that is the opening they need. DD5F jumps into this left side, picks off Hildreth, so no stickies on the point right now. Feeling a Tiger are playing it, and it does actually get capped. The forward spawns, so the respawners from Lowpander did come out, but they just couldn't get to the point in time. Yeah, great sticky trap from Adam Racek. Picks up 2 frags for his team, and along with some great plays on mid from Arctic Foxes, they do take the second round, making it 2-0.
Yeah, we do see them coming into this third mid right now. Adam and Mookie, and Hildreth turning up at pretty much the same time. We're just going to see them do some sort of spam thing, but we see Feeling launching in again, getting some good damage onto Ubers, but not able to quite get anything. Adam Racecar taking down Hildreth, and that is a demo v demo, and just not going to be there. And the players are just sort of trading right now, but it's looking really good for Arctic Foxes, and only the Mookie and Heavy is alive right now. And Raptor and 2 scouts, this is definitely a very, very convincing mid for Arctic Foxes. They just get that soldier aggression in so early, and that Mookie Heavy is just absolutely ineffective because he's just not there in time to deal with anything that the Arctic Foxes are throwing at them.
Yeah, I really like the way they're playing mids right now on the side of AF. They realise that one of the soldiers from Lowpander obviously won't be turning up to mid a lot later, and when he does, it'll be in the form of a Heavy. So they're just taking all of that ground straight away. They know that really it's only Ubers that can jump into their own team, so they're quite happy to just push across that point. They pick off, you know, so many players before the heavy gets there, and when he does, he's on low HP already, and he gets cleaned up. So yeah, great stuff from them. But the Uber from Arctic Fox is coming in the top left now. Adam Racek and Tiger taking this in. Tiger is just playing the point. There are some stickies actually, he doesn't notice them. He gets blown all the way back, but manages to live. So the very weak players on the side of AF, they are just getting cleaned up now one by one. So yeah, great defense. They just they bait that Uber out and go for it. Tiger taking a 1v1, but he loses that one.
Yeah, I think Arctic Fox is trying to play Lowpander at their own game with the feeling heavy on last there, but no, it's just not worked out for them at all, and they're going to be pretty much a full Uber ad down right now. And if Lowpander can get in quick here, they can maybe try and take this midpoint for free, but we do see them coming in now through this lower area, just taking spam. They're not even popping off their Uber yet. They're just trying to see what kind of picks they can get, and all of Arctic Foxes have just completely been cut off. And oh my god, the forward spawn, Marosh has just been hiding in there, and he gets the force onto Crayon, and that's a really good play from them right there. That means that Raptor's got another 50% ad, and they can maybe just try and build this up and take it into mid. Yeah,
that was great from Marosh. Like, Crayon did a really good job of just walking up that right side, not taking any damage at all from Arctic Foxes, but yeah, kind of unlucky that Marosh sniffs him out and gets the force. So now, as you say, Raptor with a bit of an Uber advantage. Let's see how Arctic Foxes are going to try and take this into mid. DD5F does get a pick on the flank. Feeling cleans up Mookie as well. So they're just holding this lower area right now, getting healed up.
But Marosh is actually behind the combo right now, and Crayon, if he's not careful, can get picked off. But Funds seems to have come to the rescue, but it's not going to be enough. The Uber comes out from Arctic Foxes, and they're just chasing them right out of this midpoint. Crayon doing a very good job to stay alive there, to be honest. He looked like he was in a bit of a dire situation.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Funds got a little bit caught out there at the end. Actually, here comes the repush from Lowpander. Crayon has his Uber now, Raptor nowhere near. But Mr. Epic and Muki getting 2 frags already. DD trading there for Hildreth. Gets cleaned up himself, so it's just Tiger left alive, and there we go. Raptor will be escaping away, but Ubers and Mr. Epic are on the chase actually. They want to try and get this frag. Let's see if they can do it before the respawns from AF come up.
It's a bit unfortunate from Crayon there actually. He dropped his Uber on that midpoint, but somehow Lowpander are doing a good enough job that they can just kind of make it work, and going to be able to pick up the second point even off of it. So clearly it doesn't need any Uber. They're just going to play off of their raw DM in the end there. But yeah, it was a fairly good play from them there. I mean, you can't complain with taking mid and second off of an Uber drop. So we do see actually Mookie up on the spy right now. We're going to see what he can maybe do. He's calling out some things for his team. They know the sentry's on the far right now, and it looks like he's going to go for him. Maybe going to try and pick up the stab onto DD and take down that sentry. Yeah, it looks exactly like he's going to do, and he beefs the stab. And that's,
no.
Yeah, worthless spy play right there.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Very, very close. But also, who was that in spawn? I think it was Marosh in spawn, was just on the spy checking the classes, so they knew that, they potentially knew that Mookie was on spy. Whether or not they needed to check that to know for sure, I don't really know. I think you could probably just assume at this point, but yeah.
You know, either way, he's back up on the spy anyway, so he's going to be trying to maybe get some distance in while he can. I mean, we do see Hildreth just laying down some spam right now, just trying to create a distraction for Mookie to walk in that top right area, and it looks like he's done it. He's infiltrated the base.
Ubers has got himself the critical teleporter pick, so I think we're going to see push very, very shortly. But Mookie is still on spy. He is determined to drop Raptor. Raptor is determined not to be dropped. He's hiding in spawn. So Mookie's going to go for this soldier anyway, and Feeling does go down. Tiger cleaning him up straight after, so not a lot really achieved there, but I guess the best he could get out of that.
Yeah, and if Lowpander were... oh my god, they take down Marosh anyway, and I was going to say they should probably push off of that. I mean, soldier not spamming that top left area, and it looks like... oh no, they took far too much spam in the top left area, but it looks like they're going for it anyway, taking this Uber in top left right now, and they're just going to instantly drop Ubers, and this is looking like a very bad Uber at best.
Yeah, there's a soldier for Lowpander just caught in this left side. Mookie that was, he does get cleaned up, so with no spam in the form of soldiers, Arctic Foxes are looking to take this into second. Tiger just walking forward, getting some damage onto the demo and playing the point. Raptor is quite low. He has taken some spam, so we've got to be careful now. Ubers jumps on the left side, cleans up Adam Racek. So there are 2 frags the way of AF, actually, and they are looking to defend that quite successfully. But Lowpander moving into lobby now. Their scouts are so weak, but they are getting healed up. Only DD and Raptor left alive. The level 3 Sentry and the NG. Can they defend for long enough for the spawns to come in? Mr. Epic is on the point now. Adam sticking it off. Both scouts are on it, and actually, they both get blown up by Adam Racecar. Wow. Crayon getting cleaned up as well. Yeah, they just both edged the point on that same little corner, and Adam Racek just put the stickies under their feet and blew them sky high. So that is not going to be working out for Lowpander.
Yeah, I think they maybe could have got that point there if they sent one scout on and then the other at the slightly after, but unfortunately Adam had his stickies perfectly placed to clean up those players, and they're going to be losing their second point because of this. And now Arctic Foxes, they have got feeling up on the banner, so I don't know if he has it quite yet. So maybe we're just going to be trying to trade some spam, see if they can build up this banner and push into this midpoint, which they did do before, and it was a very successful push. I mean, Raptor just is allowed to milk his Uber for so long because they have that 33% damage resistance. So I'm pretty sure that's the statistic on it. But if Feeling can just keep this consistent spam down, then he can maybe build it up and have a very successful push into mid.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're the expert there. I don't know which banner does which these days. There's there's too many of them for me to count. Yeah, both medics up on their Uber now, so I don't think we're seeing any crazy off classes right now. Marosh is on the sniper, but Mookie's actually goes for a sack. Does get taken down. So yeah, let's see if Marosh can take some space, get some picks off of that player down from Lowpander. He's peeking into this lower area. Actually, who's that going for a bomb right now? It is DD that gets killed by Ubers. So yeah, I mean, all the time that Arctic Foxes can buy here does play into their favour. They've got 2 rounds and only 11 minutes left. But Feeling gets a kill on to Hildreth, and Marosh takes down Ubers as well. So I think that could potentially be prompting the push. Arctic Fox is looking to walk into mid now. Feeling jumping forward, getting good damage onto Crayon, does force him off. So yeah, Raptor popping off his own Uber in exchange, but Adam Racek is really weak down in lower. He does get flashed just in time and gets the bottle kill onto Funds. Great stuff.
Yeah, this is just not coming out very well for Lowpander right now. Marosh just getting that crucial headshot onto Hildreth and allowing Ubers to clean him up, and then he gets another headshot, I'm pretty sure, shortly after that. And they're just going to be trying to take this in as quick as possible. 2 of the spawns are not even there yet. Funds and Mookie still in that spawn queue, and they're just going to allow the Arctic Foxes to just walk through this cargo area, and they've taken second for complete free. And if they're quick enough, they have got a slight Uber advantage. They can maybe try and roll this onto last if they want.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try that. I mean, they haven't really got a lot to lose, you know. It seems like Feeling is popping off his banner actually as Arctic Foxes walk into the right side. They're looking to just get as much damage as they can without taking too much. Funds does go onto the point and gets taken down very, very quickly. So that's no sentry and no scout. Crayon actually dies to Adam Racek, who's on a 6 kill streak with his stickies right now. So 3 down, 4 down on the side of Lowpander. It is just Mr. Epic and Hildreth left to save the day. Raptor only just now popping up his overcharge. So, oh, he does take it off and Adam goes down. So Raptor incredibly weak. The respawn is actually clean him up eventually. Marosh gets caught off in lobby as well. Where did that all go wrong for Arctic Foxes? They had that in the bag and they just fell apart. What happened there, zeFrosty?
That looked like the potentially easiest cap of their life. It was demo and spawn, and then there was just 1 scout, and then they just kind of kept bleeding players, and nobody seemed to really want to play the point. And eventually Hildreth had rotated, the spawns came in, and that scout just walked in and just completely meat shot everyone, just doing such a great job pulling out a raw DM there just to clean up as many players as they can. But on this mid fight, we see DD picking up Funds, going to kind of stump the push for Lowpander right now. He does eventually fall, but I mean, Arctic Foxes have such great positioning on this mid fight that I just don't think that they can really do it. They've had to completely back out here, and Arctic Foxes are doing such a great job of just delaying as long as possible. They realise they're in this 2 round up advantage, and it's all on Lowpander to do, make all the actions, and it looks like they're coming in now.
I think Lowpander realise they've got a small Uber advantage here. They do need to get onto Raptor before he builds his up. He does have it now, so this is getting a bit risky for Lowpander. But Feeling was quite weak on the point and gets taken down. Tiger so low as well. So Lowpander have themselves some room here. A great bomb there, takes down a couple of players, but Adam Marchek picks up a few of his own. So with 3 down, I think Lowpander are just going to be trying to hightail it away from mid through Toxic. And yeah, they do live, but I think Arctic Foxes, they want to chase them. DD jumps straight in. Uber's quite weak on the point. Will he get cleaned up? Yes, he does. Tiger takes him down. And there we go, a bit too greedy on the side of Lowpander. They do lose second as a result.
Yeah, they definitely need to use their Ubers a bit more aggressively. They kind of seem like they're just bleeding players, but either way, 2 players down on the side of Lowpander. Feeling, trying to get some damage on this left-hand side. DD launches himself in and somehow he stays alive. He just got bounced back by the sentry gun, and it was just, that was crazy. Like, yeah, he gets onto the combo, but unfortunately not able to get any picks. But
I think he learned that in a jump map.
Yeah, I think he maybe did.
The one with the sentry. It's a pretty good jump map.
Something like Jump Little Man, I think it's called. But maybe all those jump maps finally do pay off. Who would have thought that jumping into a sentry would be a good idea? But either way, I think Lowpander are trying to push out on the second point right now.
They are indeed. It's a bit of an even Ubers situation, sorry. So I think Lowpander are going to have themselves a hard time. Yes, in fact, Funds gets taken down by Tiger, so that is the cancellation. Lowpander just backing off to their own last. They do have the Mookie Sentry, and more importantly than that, of course, the Dispenser to defend with, so I think they're all good for now. But Marash is on Sniper, actually. And Feeling goes in for a bit of a jump, gets good damage onto Hildreth. But he's just backing away, he's living, doesn't want to give up his own life for nothing.
Yeah, the Arctic Fox's soldiers actually are just keeping up the aggression right now. They don't care that they've got this 2-round advantage, they can just play passive. They just want to keep on pounding damage into Lowpander right now, and they're doing such a great job of it. I mean, Feeling getting lots of damage onto the combo, and Adam Racecar spray pipe takes down Funds. He doesn't seem like he's very happy with that, and Feeling is going to take this banner in this right hand side.
Yeah, here they go. Uber's a little bit caught off there. He didn't quite expect the push so early, so he does get taken down. 2 down on the side of, but that's a drop! Marosh getting a great headshot onto Crayon, so no Uber at all. The Raptor pops his off to clean up the rest of the players. They'll just now respawning on the right side, so let's see if he can deny this point for very long. No, he does get taken down. And there we go, that is going to be the 3-0 to Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, this is seems to be a recurring thing where they want to be like they want to milk their Ubers a lot on the side of Lowpander, and it just isn't working for them. Like, we've seen countless times they've tried to push in places and drop half their team, and then on that last point they're trying to just defend it as long as possible, but you're just giving them too many opportunities to drop your medic, and and we've seen it already. I think Crayon maybe 2 or 3 drops at this point, just needs to get those off if he needs to.
Absolutely. Alright, well, mid-fight number 4. You see Mookie's still on that heavy for mid, so he's sticking to the strat so far. Marash just peppering him from underneath, but Feeling has gone behind. He has a good flank. He takes down Mr. Epic, gets good damage onto Crayon as well, but meanwhile Mookie has just been tearing apart Arctic Foxes. He's got himself 2 kills already. So just 2 left alive from both teams. Raptor is alive, so DD has some heals, but I don't think he wants to take on the heavy and the Gout, so Arctic Foxes are backing away from that mid, and Lowpander has won their first mid, I believe.
Yeah, I think that is. You wouldn't have thought that the medic living on the enemy team would be the first time that they win the mid, but yeah, I think the aggression from Arctic Foxes just kind of didn't work out for them that time. Feeling did get a lot of good picks. I think he got Mr. Epic and Hildreth and his bomb, but unfortunately Mookie was just doing such a great job of keeping that damage up into the team that was trying to walk across the point that they just weren't able to do anything. But either way, Arctic Foxes 100% Uber advantage against a very strict for time team of Lowpander right now. They really need to get something done, and they need to do it now.
Lowpander did win that mid, but Arctic Foxes aren't kicking themselves that hard because, of course, Raptor did live. But I think they could potentially have pushed, but they don't even seem to want to. They know they can just play time here. So I feel like they could have gone for an attempt on that mid if they wanted to, but they have just instead decided to camp out at second. 3 minutes to get 3 rounds. It might be possible, it might not, but it's looking pretty tough. Marash with a nice headshot onto the demo of Lowpander. Hildreth takes him down, so I think that's actually going to prompt the push. But all 4 combo players... Raptor! Crayon even! I'm getting everyone confused. He drops a nice little bomb, a little jump and rocket there from Feeling. So that's not gone very well at all. Funds and Mr. Epic. Now, Funds gets cleaned up. Will Mr. Epic die as well? He's very weak. Let's sort of go behind into this lobby, so that could potentially pull Arctic Foxes back. But yeah, like, they wanted to go for something there, AF. And they definitely got that something. They got a nice drop. They still haven't pushed onto mid, actually. They're quite slow.
Yeah, I think they're just taking their time. All the Lowpander players are just trying to bomb into them as quick as possible. But we see Raptor taking his Uber out onto this midpoint, just chasing them out here. And Hildreth does actually fall in that fight as well. And we do see Mookie is behind, so maybe he can get some sort of play right now. He looks like he's maybe going to try and block this mid capture. He gets some nice rockets, takes down Marosh. It takes down Tiger as well. So far doing a good job. I think he got a rocket onto Feeling as well, but unfortunately not quite able to do much more. But it's allowed the rest of his team to just walk in this mid. No scouts denying the soldiers, and they've not even capped off this midpoint. And we see them just chasing through this cargo area. Feeling doing a really good job to get out there, but DD is actually on the back cap, and he might even just get this.
Oh, I think he's going to get this actually. There's no one in position at all to defend it. Yeah, he does. So, Arctic Foxes had so many attempts to get mid capped, and in the end, it was their Roma for their team that did cap it out. But we've got 1 minute 30 left in this game, zeFrosty. I don't think that the laws of time can be bent in the favour of Lowpander to win this. I think Arctic Foxes have done it. They've got themselves the first map. But there is still 1 minute and 20 seconds left of action to go. So let's see if either team is going to try and do anything. Lowpander have themselves an Uber to work with. Marosh is very weak in this cargo and gets taken down. The Uber from Ubers comes in, and he gets Feeling straight away. So 3 down on the side of Arctic Foxes. Can Lowpander playing this one round for themselves? Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's looking not too bad for them right now. They don't have mid, and we do see Adam trying to block it off right now, but yeah, he's eventually going to go down. But that's given the information for his team. You know, he knows that all 3 of their players are fighting back, and Mr. Epic and Crayon are just going to get wiped up by the rest of the Arctic Foxes team. And yeah, this is looking really good for them right now. You know, 3 rounds up, 30 seconds to go. As you said, the laws of time, you never know, but they do take the crits out. They're going to take down Mookie, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it over.
I think that's all she wrote right there. 20 seconds to go. You never know. 3 rounds in that time.
You never know, yeah, if they all stack the points. They have times 10 on every point from now on.
Oh, that is something I would like to see, definitely. It'd be very interesting.
I have a feeling, yeah, 3 seconds, this is done. Raptor having another death for the logs, you know, it doesn't want to look too good. Just even out for his team. But yeah, that's a pretty convincing round for Arctic Foxes. I mean, it was only 3-0, but that's kind of just due to the way that Lowpander play. They're a pretty slow team. They like to run these heavies, these sentries, really utilise the off classes, and we see when they're pushing in last, they're just not quite able to finish off their caps, to be honest. I mean, they were very close that 1 round, but unfortunately both the scouts standing on the point at the same time just didn't quite work out for them.
I think you can definitely tell that Arctic Foxes have been studying up on their opponents. You know, they've worked out all the strats, and they were doing decently, but they did make quite a few mistakes, especially, as you say, on those last pushes. So I wonder if we can have a gander at any logs whilst we're waiting for our second map.
Hopefully we can. I mean, I've not seen them yet, but I'm imagining that Marosh is going to be pretty high up there. We just saw him pumping out damage pretty much the whole game. I mean, hitting headshots left, right and centre, and yeah, I'm just expecting him to have quite a large game, to be honest. So let's have a look at them if we can.
Well, you're definitely right. He had a decent game in the kills department, 21, but damage actually not so much. I think he was playing sniper for quite a bit of that game, only 205 DPM. The Feeling was doing pretty solidly, actually. Got himself a nice 10k damage, so nothing too shabby there.
Yeah, I think Feeling just sort of showing, like, if you just look at the KD, he's going 20 to 14, but more importantly, even though he took pretty much the same amount of damage as he'd done, he was using those banners pretty effectively. So the fact that he was staying alive quite a lot of the time was really, really good for his team, because it just means they basically have like a second mini Uber like a lot of the time, and you saw it utilised there quite a lot, where he would just be taking tank damage like into him, and they were just unable to really get onto him a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's nice to see a bit of a variety of weapons being used. As you say, the banner. So that could potentially account for his damage, but 8 headshots from Marosh, putting in the performance, you know. So nobody could really... Tiger with 4 of his own, actually. I think Mr. Epic had a little go. He got himself 1, but nothing to scream about there.
Yeah, we saw when Tiger off-classed the sniper, that last push just completely opened up. I think it was the first round that they got, or maybe in the second. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, Tiger really showing that he's a solid player in pretty much every department. I mean, we've seen him on Soldier this season, we've seen him on Scout, and now we've seen him on Sniper as well, and he just seems to be fragging on everything. You can't really blame the guy for wanting to play whatever class he wants. He just can. He's just so good at everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a new addition to the team. I wonder how he's doing in terms of fitting in, but in the DM department, he certainly pulled it out for this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is one thing to consider, is that this is his first game, or first official with Arctic Foxes, and he seems to be fitting in pretty well. I mean, he's not like overextending a lot, and he's really putting out the damage, getting the frags for his team, and he's just being a solid all-round player. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, on these mids, you see like the double soldier bomb coming in from Feeling and DD, and it's really up to a really sort of strong scout to get in there and follow up on that damage, and he seems to be playing the role perfectly. But also Marosh has been doing that role pretty well as well. I mean, you just can't really fault him at the moment.
Is Tiger playing the pocket scout or flank scout? It's pocket, right?
I would assume he's on pocket scout. I mean, Marosh has been, I think typically he's been the flank scout for them.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, like, we saw him get behind quite a few times, so I'd imagine that Tiger is the sort of stay with the medic sort of class. But I mean, normally you'd see from that guy not doing a whole lot of damage and just sort of tanking heals, but he seems to be doing pretty well, getting a pretty hefty 7,000 or nearly 8k damage, so he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the heals as well, he got more than Marosh and Didi as well. So yeah, definitely like very good at sticking with his heals and just cleaning up players that come into him and playing that sort of tanky pocket scout role. But yeah, that's all I've got for the logs. I've actually just been looking at them off the stream, so I didn't actually have them myself. So they've now moved on. So my thought is all over. It's very sad.
It's been cut off by the stream.
Yeah.
Gonna have to sack Gemm. He's just ruining it, you know.
Right. What about predictions for Gullywash then?
For Gullywash, I think, I know from what I've seen of Lowpander, they've definitely been pretty strong on it. I think they have some cool strats that they can maybe pull out, but who knows? They might just be running heavy again to mid, and it might just be the death of them. But I'm going to go out there and let's go 3-1 to Lowpander. Why not? Let's go for that. I think
interesting.
I think they can do it.
All right, I'm going to go with Arctic Foxes to take this one. Actually, I feel like it's going to come down to the snipers. You know, this is quite a good map for those sightlines and stalemates on second. So Arctic Foxes have themselves Marosh and Tiger, two, as we have seen, incredibly competent snipers. So I'm going to say Arctic Foxes are going to take it. As for the score, let's go 5-0. Let's be confident in them.
You're really believing in them there. You're just expecting them to completely roll them last to last from mid to last every single round. Is that what you're expecting out of them right now? I'm
not sure. You know, I think Lowpander are definitely a very strong team. So no, I don't think it's going to be a complete roll. I think it's going to be, you know, like a 25-30 minute game. But yeah, it's going to be pretty dominant for the side of AF. That's what I'm calling right now.
Well, bold prediction. You got to respect it. But yeah, I think that's I don't know. I can see that. I suppose. I mean, it's a pretty tight map, so I mean the demo man on these sides are very, very important. And in my opinion, I think Adam's probably a bit stronger than Hildreth. I think just in terms of raw DM and being able to get there and do the damage for his team. I mean, I think in terms of the combo, Hildreth has always been outshone in the combo by Ubers, but I think Adam, despite the fact that he's only played one season in Prem, has just been such a great demo man, and I think he can do a lot on this mid, maybe, just get those stickies into the choke point and really just deny the team of Lowpander to even do anything on mid.
Yeah, definitely. I think also it's a very Demoman and Soldier-sided map, and Feeling and DD are two quite strong players. I think if Mookie flexes too much, they will be giving up that spam that they have, a Soldier down. So he's going to have to be either pulling off some headshots on Sniper or some sick heavy plays in order to counter that. But yeah, I think we are going live very shortly, and by very shortly, I mean now.
Ooh. Well,
here we go.
We'll see what's coming up on this mid. We do see Mookie already on the Sniper, and Marosh, I think, just had a quick check, maybe seeing if they had the heavy to mid, but either way, we do see them bringing up this Sniper, so I think I'm going to be watching Mookie on this mid.
A good plan. Alright, well we have DD5F going in very, very early onto Mookie in big door, but he does get taken down. Tiger goes down as well, and Feeling, who bombed into that big door as well, so that's a complete wipe from Arctic Foxes.
That had to be the fastest mid I have ever seen, but yeah, Mookie did a good job actually. He took down that Soldier of DD, trying to get him very aggressive on him right at the start of that mid, and then took down Raptor as well. Just coming up big, but the aggression from Lowpander was just so strong. They just got in there, and not a single player has dropped so far, so yeah, really good showing from them already, and they've taken the Super, probably going to take the Super into last.
I think I'm going to have to eat my own words there. My prediction did not stand true for that mid whatsoever. Yeah, completely dominant. But here comes the Uber from Lowpander, the sentry gun getting spammed, but it does get healed up. And actually, Marosh goes down, so they didn't take any room at all with that Uber, and it does fade. So Lowpander just backing off up top, and that was a very brief but successful defense from Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how they go from the fastest wipe on mid to the single worst Uber of their entire life. I mean, they just take a scout in there, don't realise that there's a sentry, and just he bots into it. He does, I think, get some good damage on it, but the rest of his team just wasn't there to sort of follow up, take down the sentry, and then maybe try and get some position. So yeah, Arctic Foxes are going to be maybe trying to push out into the second.
Oh, the crits actually from Adam Racek. He gets two straight away. Mookie on Sniper, but Marosh on that Sniper class picks up funds as well. So the Lowpander players are just all in big door right now. They're getting spammed by the Feeling. Tiger is in for a flank as well, gets some good damage onto Mr. Epic. Marosh with the cleanup, but Tiger is still chasing. He is in onto Hildreth. Can he clean him up? Yes, he can. So there we go. Great little push out with the crits from Raptor and Adam Racek there.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. Adam doing such a great job just to get those key picks before Lowpander. I think they were trying to do some sort of sneaky lower play, and unfortunately you can't really do that when half of your team's dead and there's a sentry on last, so yeah, that was really good from them. But Crayon did stay alive in that fight, so they're going to be a full Uber advantage right now, and they're coming through this choke point. They're just going to see what they can do.
Yeah, they are indeed, but Raptor is very nearly up on his crits, and Ubers does go down quite early on in this push, so here comes the crit! He does actually, Feeling drops Mr. Epic straight away, so it's just Hildreth in this Uber. Can he get anything with it at all? Tiger just juking and running away. Feeling gets a second kill actually, so that was a fairly cringe Uber, if I do say so myself, from Lowpander. They dropped 3 straight away.
Really didn't go their way at all. Ubers was very, very overextended, and Hildreth just wasn't in a position really to do anything. I mean, he didn't have anyone with him. I think there was a scout, but he wasn't really in the fight, to be honest. I think it was just like a solo Uber on a demo man against everyone up top. It just wasn't going to work for him. And yeah, the crits for Uber seems to work out in the favour of Arctic Foxes this time, and they're just arrow building this up so quick. They could maybe try and, if they're fast, get into this big door area and maybe try and get onto the medic and take down Crayon before he gets it.
We see Marosh on Sniper as well, so I think you're right. They are going to try and do something quickly, perhaps get a nice crit sticky or a headshot. Here comes the crits. The Uber popped off straight away from Crayon. Doesn't want to drop or anything nasty like that, but Feeling DD and Adam Racek going down in the big door area, and Marosh is a bit caught out on that lower. He tries to get a bit of a cheeky headshot, but Hildreth bottles him to death. So yeah, a bit of a collapse from AF right there. Feeling is in the forward spawn actually. Let's see if he can do anything at all. I think Hildreth knows. He's just sticking it off Yeah, and he has back spawned, in fact. So yeah, great little push out there from Lowpander.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky from them. They got that Uber just in time to make sure that nobody was going to try and spoil their plans, and Adam just not able to push in with the rest of his team quite quick enough. You know, they were rotating that big door area, and the soldier just, I think it was feeling, just wasn't quite able to get through and get the good enough damage to deny anything from the Lowpander team. And yeah, we do see Lowpander up on this upper area just trying to build this Uber. They realise they're probably still against the crits, so they don't want to try and rush it too much. But yeah, I think can't really see his Uber charge, but I think Raptor is swapped back over to Uber now.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see some festivities going on, so that is definitely an Uber charge. So both teams have the Uber now, but I think... Oh no, it was just Hildreth poking around that corner. I thought Lowpander were going to try and go for something, but actually, as I say that, Mookie jumps into the lower and trades for Adam Racek, so that's actually quite crucial. If they can try and use that demo pick, there's going to be no stickies on the point whatsoever, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to try and use that. It's quite unfortunate.
They really should. I mean, demo on this last point was just so good, but yeah, they were in a pretty good position as well. They were on that river side. They could have potentially just Ubered in, taken down the sentry and played the point, but unfortunately not quite able to. I don't think they were really believing in themselves there. They just take that pick and then reset. I think they're just wasting some time.
I mean, what would have been good for them there? Of course, nobody was watching lower from Arctic Foxes, so if they ran a scout lower onto the point, they could have just brought all of the Arctic Foxes players straight to that control point, Ubered into them, and potentially had a pretty sick last push. So they weren't feeling confident enough in themselves to go for something like that. But, yeah, 0-0 still, so nothing really to worry about from either team. Of course, Lowpander in control of this round, but yeah, Arctic Foxes just setting up their defense. They do have Tiger on Sniper, actually. He's peeking into this river. He gets a nice shot onto Ubers, but no headshots ringing out. He's missed sort of 3 times in a row now. That's a 4th. Oh dear.
Yeah, Tiger not really coming up that big right now, and Mookie is just going to get on him and going to take him down there. Marosh is going to take that 1v1 with Mookie, takes him down, and Fun's trying to back up his teammate there, but not quite able to quite do it. And even though there's been a 2-player sack right now, I mean, unless Arctic Foxes are really quick, they're not going to be able to make much of it. We do see Raptor and Feeling taking some position up top, and Adam is just setting up for this this push right now. He's just completely denied these shutters, so if anyone tries to get in there, they're going to be having a bad time.
This could be fat from Arctic Foxes, actually. If they just dropped down and Ubered into those players in Big Door, they would have had a mega solo, but they didn't try and do that. In fact, they've just gained themselves 3 picks. They've just taken the space up top. I think the soldiers from Lowpander jumped into them. They baited out those jumps and did clean them up in the end. So Crayon and Hildreth going to be running away from that, as Arctic Foxes do push out of second and look to try and get into mid potentially. Mookie's still down. We still see Marosh on the sniper, so he's just going to be walking into this big door. He does have view onto Crayon there. Is he going to be doing anything? Not quite yet. He's just hiding behind those boxes. Always getting spammed out by these Lowpander players, and he does have to back into lobby. So yeah, they've taken second, but not much more than that.
Yeah, they did decide to eventually sack DD in there, but he's not quite able to get the aggression onto Crayon that he was really looking for. And we do see Mookie flying in here, trying to get Raptor down as low as he can. Only 40 HP on him, but not quite able to do that. And we do see Marosh taking the head of Funds, and that's going to prompt the push right now. Raptor taking this banner in with the Uber charge, and they're just soloed right now. They're just going to be trading on the point, and it's looking pretty bad for them right now. They need to escape this choke point right now, else they're going to lose Raptor. But no, Feeling actually takes down Mr. Epic, and Raptor doing a good job surviving on like 40 HP, and Marosh ringing out another headshot. He's just doing absolutely insane right now, and there's just nothing they can do to stop them, and the aggression from Arctic Fox is just going to come up supreme.
Yeah, Marosh and Didi, a little bit of a foray there in Big Door. But Marosh, the sole survivor of that one. That was a little bit funny right there. But Mr. Epic and Mookie are actually sort of stuck in this forward spawn right now, and he's got his spawners with him. They're just spawn camping them now. This is it's pretty disgusting. I think we're just going to back spawn.
I did not want them to come out that forward spawn in any way, shape or form, but either way, I mean, they're going to be capping up this second point. There's nothing that Lowpander can really do about it, but a bit strange for the Lowpander side right now. They've not got anyone on the off classes, but more interestingly, we do see Mookie on the conch and Ubers on the battalion's backup, so they're just going to be playing for spam right now. They realise it's still 0-0, so nobody's really in a big advantage, but they can maybe just build both of these banners up and have a free free buff that's going out into the second point, but they're just going to be playing the spam game for now.
This is a very, very rare occasion where Mookie is actually on the class he's supposed to be playing. Wow! Where have you ever seen that one before?
He's on Engineer? Oh wait.
No, he's on Soldier. He's playing as Roma.
I thought you said the class he was supposed to be on.
Oh, I see. No, he's a Soldier, you know, he should be playing that Roma. Marosh taking a bit of a peek there in River, trying to just hit that hero shot onto Crayon. But Mr. Epic does in fact click on him before he can click on their medic. So that's a pick for the side of Lowpander, and another great headshot from Mr. Epic onto Feeling. So they're quite weak in this River right now.
Yeah, it was a really clutch arrow from Raptor there. I mean, he had 2 scouts chasing him, just Funds chasing him, but unfortunately for Funds, he wasn't quite able to pick it up in time. I think he was down at a very low amount of HP, but not able to bring it up, and Feeling popping off his banner right now. They're just going to be holding it, maybe going to be trying to take it in through this riverside, so that's where I'm going to be putting my eyes right now.
Yeah, let's see what Arctic Foxes are going to be trying to do. Here comes Feeling, he's popped it off. Here it comes, the jump. He kind of beefs that one, actually. He gets stuck on the roof. He's just spamming, actually, the counter banner. It's a rare thing to see. But Marosh does get picked off on the ground there. And Didi as well, so 2 picks for Lowpander. Great stuff by them. They've just engineered themselves the ability to push out now. Let's see what they can do. Adam Racek just sticking lower, trying to catch someone. But Raptor has this position with Feeling up top. They're going to be trying to contest Lowpander as much as they can. Uber's traded up top now. So are we going to be seeing any sneaky backcaps from Arctic Foxes? I don't think so. They don't actually have any scouts on the map right now.
Yeah,
Raptor does go down to Uber there. Ubers, sorry.
Yeah, we do see them slowly but surely bleeding players on Arctic Foxes. I mean, Raptor and Feeling dying in that situation, and that's going to prompt a push from Lowpander just coming through this big door. The Marosh getting caught out, trying to get some cheeky sort of snipe onto Crayon, but not quite able to do it. And it looks like Lowpander are trying to push in pretty aggressively. They do take down Tiger, but Mookie has fallen in the process of that happening. But I think they're just going to still walk through here. They just realise that they've still got the number advantage, and Adam's just going to back up. And now it's pretty much full Uber advantage for Crayon. And if they're fast about this, and Mookie comes up on some sort of normal class such as the Soldier, then they can maybe get into this last point.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate from Didi there. He was hiding in the elbow on mid, trying to go for a jump. Eventually jumped to Scout instead, but didn't even manage to kill him. So here we come, the Uber from Lowpander through the river. 2 kills going the way of Hildreth straight away. And the sentry's going down. Adam Racek soon to fall as well. So it's just Didi trying to block that point for as long as he can. But there we go, actually, after a good 13 minutes. That's 1-0 to Lowpander.
Yeah, so far they've been doing pretty good. They've just been playing this passive style so well. I mean, they've just been trading Ubers, trading banners, just doing what they can to keep the aggression from Arctic Foxes to a minimum. And yeah, I think, again, they've got Mookie up on the sniper, so hopefully they don't wipe in 13 seconds again on this mid.
Yeah, that would be nice. Didi is all the way behind in choke. Mookie straight away taking down the demo of Arctic Foxes. That's absolutely huge for them if they can use this. Didi is so weak behind, so with Feeling going down as well, that looks like that's going to be the mid straight away for Lowpander. Yeah, another dominant mid from them.
Yeah, it was very good, but unfortunately Crayon has died in that, and Didi is now trying to contest the point. He's getting some nice rockets onto Hildreth, but Hildreth's movement just too good for him there. Wasn't quite able to get that finishing blow onto him, and with 28 health he's going to be backing off to their big door. But Raptor has also somehow died. I didn't quite catch that, but either way, I think Funds picked him up on the flank, and so a great play from Funds. No idea how he did it or what he did, but good job.
Yeah, definitely. So, despite Crayon going down, actually, because Raptor goes down a little bit later, Crayon does have himself quite a big Uber advantage, 40 to 50%. Let's see if they're going to realise this and actually try and do something. Actually, saying that does appear to be the critical Krieg from Mr. Crayon.
Yeah, I think Raptor's up on crits as well, so they both have the same idea. Maybe Crayon and Raptor are psychically linked, but it looks like Lowpander are coming through this river area. They do pop off the crits onto Hildreth, but unfortunately that Pyro just denying that second sticky, and Raptor is nowhere to be seen. They do get a lot of cap time, so they're going to be trying to fight this, but yeah, they've just taken far too much damage in this river area, and now Raptor's nearly got his Uber. Going to be staying alive and maybe try and push this out right now, and they're just going to be holding Big Door, trying to make sure that they don't all die to the aggression of Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fail crit. They didn't really get enough kills with it to mean much. Marosh doing a great job just reflecting on that Pyro. He did go launching, that was pretty fun to watch. But actually, Lowpander have all flooded through this lower area. They're all on last right now. It's just DD on the point. He's shouting at his teams like, come back, but they're just too slow. How did that all go wrong? They just didn't check that lower.
Yeah, they tried to do that earlier where they just all pushed that lower area, but unfortunately last time it was crits as well, where Raptor popped off that crits on Adam and they took down 3 players, but this time it seems to be working for them, and Lowpander are able to just burst onto that last point and there's nothing they can do about it, and that's a second point going the way of Lowpander.
Yeah, very somewhat gimmicky, but we'll give it to them anyway. Fair play to them. So here we go, the third mid-fight. Arctic Fox is already with the strong positions up top. Ubers did try to jump in, but he gets taken down. So although, actually saying that, Mookie with a nice shot onto Tiger is going to be just taking the players away from Arctic Fox, and despite their great position, Lowpander are actually going to be winning this mid. The scouts are intent on chasing Funds. And Mookie does peek from choke and takes down Raptor as well. Funds manages to eventually clean up Feeling, so oh dear, it's absolutely collapsed for Arctic Foxes again.
Yeah, this is just not their map right now. I mean, we do see Mookie just playing that sniper on mids to perfection, and there's just no way that they've been able to stop them. Mookie just ringing out headshots, and that's 2 of the 3 mids now that he's taking down Raptor, so they really need to figure out what they're doing. I mean, that first mid they did try and get some aggression from DD, but it just hasn't been able to work out, and they've just been too passive on this mid for it to work.
I have just noticed, actually, zeFrosty, DD is currently on 6 points. I'm not sure if that's because he's reconnected or something, or... Oh dear, Mookie takes down Raptor once again. So it's not going to mean a lot, but no heals on the side of Arctic Foxes, as the Uber from Lowpander does come in through River. So only 3 up, they've just got to deal with this sentry. But Tiger gets a nice kill onto Mookie. Is that going to be enough? I'm not sure. Some respawns coming in from Arctic Foxes. Tiger just caught out quite weak on that point. So it's all up to these 3 players. They're so weak. The 2 respawns actually Feeling and Marosh come in, but they're just a little bit too slow to get onto the point. So yeah, great stuff from Lowpander. They just sort of played a little bit back, made sure they were nice and healthy, and then went back in for the repush.
Yeah, you would have thought that would be what happened on the first mid when they completely wiped them, but no, yeah, it was a really nice push out from them. Mookie just coming up big again, taking down those heals of Raptor on that last point. There's just nothing they can really do. I mean, if you're... I think I'm just going to watch him again, because he's been just doing so much work.
Fair enough, yeah, he's... Marosh actually on a sniper of his own in Big Door. Let's see if there's going to be a bit of a sniper duel right now. But, Arctic Foxes are kind of just playing this low ground right now. DD and Feeling somewhat weak, but the scout on the point, actually, Mr. Epic has capped it up early. So Mr. Epic on the left side, seeing if he can get onto Raptor, does do good damage and does eventually take him down. So yeah, good little flank there. Let's even out those Ubers.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm glad I'm not playing this week, because I think everyone in their gran is going to be playing that sniper to mid on Gullywash right now, because it seems like that's the only way to counter it. I mean, we saw Mookie just dominating on sniper all the time, and now Marosh comes up on it and just wins the mid from me, taking a headshot onto that soldier coming into second there. But yeah, Lowpander are going to be picking up the second point, but Crayon has actually dropped him and Mr. Epic, and Raptor and Co are looking to push in through this Big Door area, and it's looking terrible for Lowpander right now. They even have Tiger on the back cap, and only spawns coming up in 3 seconds. Yeah, this is looking really bad for them right now. But Raptor did fall in that sort of fight, so maybe if Arctic Foxes can't quite get on here quick enough, the Lowpander can potentially cap this or defend their last point.
I feel like they should definitely go for this though before the respawners come in, which they have now, which is unfortunate. Of course, Lowpander are 3 rounds up and we have 10 minutes left. So actually, a very, very similar situation to the previous map, Reckoner, but with the sides, in fact, flipped around. Arctic Foxes this time on the back foot. So it would have been nice to see them try and go for something there on last, while Lowpander still didn't have their players, but they decided not to. So actually, Raptor does have a very, very slight Uber advantage. Who can tell if it's crits? In fact, it is. He gets popped off on Adam Racek. He's just not quite getting those stickies though. No kills so far. And in fact, Marosh goes down. The crits does get flashed onto Feeling and he picks up a kill. He's going to jump in but get cleaned up very, very quickly by those players. But Adam and Raptor, they're underneath the point. They're going to be something really sneaky. They actually get it. No way. That is unbelievable.
That was absolutely crazy. Yeah, they just went through that lower area on River, and they just stood on the point. I mean, Crayon had his full Uber advantage, but they just expected them to back out there, and Raptor and Adam using their big brain and capping off that point. Really, really good play from them there. After that, such a bad crits, really saving it for their team.
I mean, that is exactly what Arctic Foxes need to bring this game back to them. 3-1. The 4th mid-fight is going down. Do we see snipers? Yes, of course we do. Both are on sniper. How expected. But yeah, Fun's quite weak already. But the Arctic Foxes players are just on the ground. They have no position at all. But saying that, they have cleaned up some frags for themselves. So Marosh eventually taking down Mookie in that big door. Tiger losing the 1v1 to Mr. Epic. Is he going to get a flank? No, he's not. And I'm going to be piping him down. So yeah, Crayon did escape that pretty violent mid from both sides. But,
yeah, it was looking pretty good for Lowpander there for quite a second or two, but yeah, they just all fed in, I think, one too many players, and then despite the fact that everyone on Arctic Foxes was so low, they just had the numbers advantage, jumped up onto that high ground and then just kind of crunched them in that area. And we do see Crayon not quite got his Uber yet, but Arctic Foxes not looking to quite push in just now.
Well, I've got a brief update for you. Didi, he was on 6 points just a short while ago. He's now, in fact, on 9. So keep calm, everybody. He is, in fact, getting some points. Just potentially not quite at the rate he would like. So the solo Uber, actually, from Feeling comes in through Choke. It does get popped off, and Uber's trying to take his own Uber into that Choke. But I don't think a lot really happened with that. Both teams just able to kite it away, but meanwhile, on a flank near you, 2 players have gone down from Lowpander. So, great little shot there from Marosh onto Crayon, does take him down. So, yeah, Arctic Fox has just got all of this room right now. They just need to clean up these frags, but Ubers and Mr. Epic just focused down Raptor there. Did kill him. Ubers is still alive, actually. He's in this lower. Tiger is on the chase. Is he going to live? Potentially, yes, he is. Wow, great stuff. Fun's taking down Tiger there as well. He's a bit extended.
Yeah, I think the play there was to just let Ubers get out and then cap up the second point, but Tiger trying to go for the big play, but unfortunately not quite able to get it. We do see some fighting going on. Didi not able to get another point to his name there. He's up 114 now, so he's getting some work done. He's getting some work done.
That's the biggest increase we've seen from him all game.
Yeah,
wow, in the last 2 minutes.
Nearly added a third of his points, you know. So he's doing better now. But yeah, we do see Tiger taking down Ubers, but again, he's just a little bit overextended, you know, relying on his DM a little bit too much right now. But both the scouts down on Arctic Foxes, but you know, I don't think they should be giving this up, Arctic Foxes. They should really be fighting this, despite the fact there's 2 soldiers. And there's Didi doing a good job taking down Hildreth and Funds. And now it's just Adam and Raptor versus this scout, and Adam using the ball to perfection, giving him the kaboom, just letting him know where he stands.
Yeah, for that fight, Arctic Foxes had their soldiers, but Lowpander didn't have their scouts, so actually at the beginning of the fight, that damage from the soldiers means they win that. It's only really after, you know, in the last dregs of the fight that the scouts really come into effect, so they do win that, and they are looking to push into last. Tiger takes the Uber in, forces off Crayon, so I don't think it's going to be very successful to Arctic Foxes, so they are indeed backing out through River, but Are we going to see them go for a bit of a repush here? Potentially. No sentry or anything for Lowpander as Didi jumps onto the point. He's distracting these players. Hildreth and Mr. Epic going down. In fact, all 6 going down for Lowpander. So yeah, nice little repush. Only feeling dying in that. And Didi, once again, my god, he's turning it up. He's got 23 points now.
Yeah,
incredible.
Just going up, going massive that round. You know, he's just actually doing stuff for his team, and that's maybe that's just what they needed. They just needed that aggression, and instead of him creating space and just kind of dying, he's been sort of playing a good role. So we are bringing it into this 6th mid right now. We do see the sniper on Marosh, but Mookie is up on the soldier, and they are just sort of trading damage right now, seeing what they can get. No frags going the way of either players, but Mookie and Funds falling at the same time. Ubers is actually trying to jump onto the point, but getting taken down by a crispy rocket from Feeling, and yeah, that's nearly a complete wipe on the side of Lowpander. Just Hildreth alive right now. He's hightailed it back to his last point, and yeah, this is a really convincing mid from Arctic Foxes. It really seems like they've figured out what has been going wrong, and they've just completely capitalised on it, and they've taken the 2nd point as well.
Well, I'll tell you how they won mid. Basically, Marosh, he kind of expected the sniper, so he went sniper himself, but of course, Mookie not on sniper, so yeah, he got all the room there. So the Uber does come in from Arctic Foxes, but again, like, no frags going their way, as they're all just so weak. They're being cleaned up right now. Only Raptor and Marosh left alive. But Raptor being cleaned up by a chasing Mr. Epic. Here comes Marosh for the hero shot, and he gets it, no way! Oh my god. What a beast of video gaming.
Oh my god, Marosh just hitting the crazy shot onto Crayon. Just absolutely no respect given to the entire team there. And yeah, that's kind of saved them, to be honest. I mean, I think despite the fact that they've already lost this point, but yeah, no heals on the side of Lowpander right now on the 2nd point, and Raptor's just tanking heals in this big door area, but yeah, they're not quite able to pick up the damage that they were looking for. Only Fun's dying, but Feeling and Tiger have fallen on the side of Arctic Foxes, and yeah, they're just bleeding even more players, and Lowpander are moving quick through this choke area, just going to try and pick up this middle point right now.
Yeah, that's just so unfortunate. Like, they got that med pick in the end, so they would have had heals and Uber to work with eventually, but they just took sort of messy 1v1 fights. And actually, they ended up getting the worse end of that bargain and did have to back out of mid. But completely even Ubers, in fact, now from both teams. So yeah, despite Marosh's pretty epic play, it's not going to mean an awful lot for them, but it's really starting to get down into crunch time now. 3 minutes left. Arctic Foxes a single round down, so they need to do something now as they go for a drop-down push. Taking this right side here, they're on the point now. They've sandwiched in the players of Lowpander, Adam Rachik and Tiger picking up a frag each. So it's 4 for 4, but actually 2nd is being capped a lot faster by Lowpander there. Arctic Fox is just having to back out mid, and they do cap it actually. Are we going to see a patent pending Lowpander rush to last? I think we are. Funds is on it already. He's going in. Crayon gets taken down. Funds is 1v1ing. Scratch that, make it 1v5. So no, he doesn't quite win that.
Yeah, that was kind of an unfortunate play there. They did really well to get behind, but unfortunately without the support of the rest of their team and the fact that the respawners were coming in from Arctic Foxes, they just weren't able to quite rush to that last point quite quick enough. But yeah, we nearly saw a repeat from round 2 where they just can completely let the entire team behind them, and now Arctic Foxes pushing onto this midpoint right now with a massive advantage right now, and the Crayon really needs to be playing in a good position, or else he's going to get caught out. It looks like Arctic Foxes are already looking to push this big door area.
Yeah, here they come now. We have Mr. Epic on sniper actually, but I don't think he's quite looking at the right place, because Raptor and Co are currently walking through this big door. Uber's getting taken down by Feeling there, but Mookie is behind on mid actually, but I don't think he's going to be quite able to do anything. So yeah, 2nd getting capped up, very, very clean. Almost nobody dying there at all, except poor little Ubers. Poor him.
Yeah, he's not quite able to save his life right now, but the Arctic Foxes are trying to take this Uber in very aggressively, but yeah, the Uber does come out from Lowpander just in the nick of time, and they're not going to be able to do anything. Mr. Epic just tanking these heals right now, but Adam is actually under the point, but both the soldiers of Lowpander have noticed him, and he is just going down in an instant, and it's just the scouts and soldier up for for Arctic Foxes right now, but Lowpander, knowing that they cannot cap up another round, are just content to hold this last point right now, which could be their doom, to be honest. I mean, they're just giving them another free opportunity to push into this last point, and if we do see Marosh coming up on the sniper, and if he gets this hero shot, then they could be just throwing away a free, easy 3-point lead right now in the league tables. So they really need to make sure they play solid.
Well, here comes Marosh. He's going to be peeking from lower. Let's see what he can see through his little glass scope. It's currently nothing. Absolutely nothing.
They're playing in a very good position. He does take down the sniper of Mr. Epic with a nice headshot there. Doesn't even go for the body shot, no respect whatsoever. And he's looking like he wants to try and go for a mega peek again, but not quite able to get it. And the soldier of Ubers is on him.
Wow, he surfs away in lobby there and lives on 1 HP. How very, very lucky for him. But here comes the push now from Arctic Foxes. They do pick up 2, but Tiger and Feeling have died in exchange, and the rest of the players are just so weak. DD goes down as well. So it's just up to Raptor and Adam Racek, and with 1 second left, that's curtains. Lowpander. Damn, they've completely confounded my prediction, and they have won this map, Gullywash.
That was so close. I said 3-1 to Lowpander. I believed in them, but unfortunately, do drop 1 extra round there just to prove me wrong. You know, the caster's curse. Even though I was so close, but yet so far. But
close enough. Close enough.
But yeah, I know. Really good play coming out from them there. We saw some really innovative strats and running that sniper to mid 3 mids in a row. I know it's not really innovative, but it worked for them. I mean, you know, they got DD down so fast on that first mid and just completely wiped them, and I think that made them play a lot more scared for the next few mids around that sniper, and they just gave him all the free space, and that just sort of let them get that 3-round advantage, and it was just too hard for Arctic Foxes in the end to pull it out. Yeah,
definitely. Like, they were running that sniper at the beginning, which sort of, by the way of the meta, forced Marosh onto sniper himself. I mean, he is a pretty crazy sniper, as we've seen, but, you know, if you're trying to play Lowpander at their own game, well, look who's going to win. It's going to be Lowpander. And, yeah, so I think also Arctic Foxes just were not playing those last pushes properly at all. Like, they were being quite unsuccessful a lot of the times. I think they went for a sort of even Uber, like, exchanges with that weren't a solo, or they weren't sacking at all, so they were kind of losing out, and they just weren't getting enough frags with their crits or Ubers, and they did have advantage. That meant they just couldn't convert those rounds at all. So yeah, maybe that's something they need to work on.
Yeah, definitely, but we do have some logs, so we can maybe have a wee look at them just out of courtesy to see who is putting out the most damage. And at the moment it's Hildreth and Ubers up at the top, just completely raining down damage. Ubers, as always, just bringing out the big damage performances that we expect to see from him. And Hildreth proving me kind of wrong. He was, despite the fact that he got less kills, but he was definitely putting out the same, or putting out more damage and staying alive a little bit more than Adam. So he was having a really good play, good game for him. Yeah,
definitely. 7 air shots on the side of Feeling, just turning up with his DM once again, but unfortunately KD-wise, not so much. 13 for 19. Not quite what you want to be seeing from a pocket on Gullywash, who can just do so much damage with all the heals, but I don't know, he was just dying quite a lot and wasn't really killing an awful lot. So yeah, what else do we see of interest? 12 headshots from Marosh. Very, very strong there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Marosh was, as always, he's just such a consistent player in terms of how he can just hit seems like he can just hit every shot that he wants, and he's just been coming up big and getting those crucial picks at times of need, and we see him playing pretty much sniper the entire game. He played 14 minutes of it, going 17 to 6, not having quite the game on scout and only going 5 to 7, but yeah, definitely his sniper play has just been unreal this whole fixture so far. He's just really pulling it out of the bag, and we did see Tiger up for a little bit, but yeah, Marosh was definitely their dedicated sniper throughout that game.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, it seems to be appearing here as only the sniper icon. Did he play scout at any point? He must have done, right?
Yeah, I think he played it the most, though. He played sniper the most, so maybe it's just the dominant one for your logs. But yeah, definitely, okay. He's up there. He's doing damage.
Well, yeah, maybe they just they needed to run him on sniper a little bit less. You know, yeah, he was getting he was getting the frags, but a lot of the time they were sort of pushing last once again with their sniper. So maybe if Marish was on scout or something a little bit different, they would have had more success. But I do see some eager players in the interviews channel. So here they come. We have ourselves Hildreth, Tiger, and Raptor. All right, guys, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
How did everybody find that game? I guess let's start with Hildreth.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Very tough game for us. I know we were very sloppy today. No, we didn't play well, particularly. It was only like for a 10-15 minute period on Gully we were really playing our game well. Other than that, we were kind of making mistakes.
Okay.
You know, I'm happy with the 3 points. We really needed those 3 points for the rest of the season.
Do you feel like you could have taken Reckoner if things were a little bit different then?
You mean if we won?
Well, to put it so simply, yeah.
That helps.
Well, as the way the game went, we were confident on both maps in a way, but as the way the game went, it was you're playing from behind. The Arctic Foxes will know from the second map how hard it is to play from behind because they did it a lot better than us, getting rounds back. But when you start going behind in the game, it gets more difficult. So
Yeah.
We just kind of accepted our fate at a certain point.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, good stuff. What about Raptor then?
I'm kind of fine with it. After all, we haven't scrimmed the whole week and got a new player into the team, so 3-3 against a team that competes with the AMS team is fine.
All right. Yeah. Of course. Tiger, how do you feel you're fitting in the first official on that scout? How's it been going?
Well, that was literally like my trial and first official because I hadn't played with them before. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you were hitting some shots on sniper on Reckoner as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it was kind of impressive, to be honest, the fact that you kind of just turn up the first game you've played with them and you've just been putting out consistent damage. I mean, I guess you're known for having like a solid DM on pretty much every class, so I guess it wasn't really like a surprise that you did well. But I mean, either way, I mean, you can't ever expect someone to do incredible their first game with a team. So yeah, props to you just coming out and winning your first map, I guess. So yeah, good shit.
Yeah, we've noticed some coordination issues which could have been solved if we would have played with Tiger before. Obviously, like he didn't know how we played, we didn't know how he plays, so I think it's gonna get better over time.
Yeah, definitely. It was just like I've never really played Scout at high level. It was I've played like 2 officials as Scout ever in Prem, and that was just murking or like the last game of the season kind of thing. So going into a season as a new class is always a bit different, and I've got to adjust to it obviously. But there's a lot I can still improve on, obviously. But
yeah, definitely. I feel like playing that pocket scout role as well is a pretty good sort of ease into it because you can kind of take the heals, play the DM a bit more, which is obviously what you're very strong at. So yeah, I suppose that makes it a bit easier for the transition potentially.
Yeah, it still helps being in the combo because I was playing pocket for the AMS team.
Yeah.
So I can sort of do what I can do what I wanted my scouts to do, kind of thing. So that helps a little bit, but you can sort of see where Feeling would need help. But then again, with the coordination, it was me and Feeling which were a bit out of sync sometimes, which sort of it did cost us the map in the end. But oh well.
Yeah. All right. So both of your teams are sort of sitting in the mid tables right now of Prem, and of course 3 points each. Bit of a tie for this game. So I guess how you guys are feeling about looking towards those high teams? Are you confident with how you're going to finish, or are you potentially feeling a little bit shaky?
Well, we play my next, so that will be a good one. Or my old team, should I say?
Yeah, Tiger will get revenge.
Not revenge. It's not their fault. I can't go to land. So it should be good to see how they match up because it's always nice playing with the team, but it's also sort of a nice thing to play against them to see how they how they stack up. And then obviously we've got Lego, which I think will be a good one. I get to poo on potato. Yeah, should be good.
Potato.
Oh, best of luck with that then.
That's going to be quite a fun fixture to look at. Sort of seeing your old team go against you, and then you can maybe try and out DM Puyo's guys, show them that they're doing the wrong thing of cutting you, even if you can't go to LAN. I guess. I mean, it kind of makes sense in the end if that's their end goal for the team. But
yeah, like I said to
watch.
them, I can't go to LAN. You will probably want to get someone who can to play the rest of the season. Obviously you want to play as long as you can without a roster change.
Fair enough. So it wasn't just a
no, they didn't just cut
because you're not going to LAN.
No.
You sort of suggested it.
It was a mutual thing with it. I know the team from the start was a LAN team, so having someone on the team who isn't going to LAN is kind of pointless. In AMS's eyes, mine as well. So we're just gonna see how they do.
Yeah, Tiger's already telling us all the secret strats, so we will be prepared, obviously.
Yeah, inside info.
Just wait for AMS to feed. That's it.
You can you can count on that one. For sure.
Well, he's playing Pocket now, so he's a bit more on a leash, I suppose.
Well, I'm sure he'll still find some creative way of launching. He's pretty good at that.
Yeah, he's good at the launching thing.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to add or say?
It's okay. He didn't let me say anything about our team, but it's fine.
Oh no, Paul Hildreth. Go on, have your say right now. This is your time to shine.
No, we'll just carry on being there in the community.
It's bad, man.
Everybody wishing we'd fold.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
I didn't wish you guys fold.
I did.
Thanks, Raptor.
Somebody has to freshen up the meta game, and it's least fun to watch you guys.
No,
yeah,
I agree, actually.
Freshen up the metagame with a heavy and the sniper.
Yeah, on Gullywash, very creative.
But yeah, I don't know. Like we've got Nunya next week, and then we've got a Lego, and we've got Nerd Rage and Lego, and then week 7. So next 3 games are very key for us about getting into playoffs, considering that we tactical default to unexpected just to throw things wide open. Because, we got to work for our playoff place. We can't just get it for free.
Yeah.
That's our position, really.
Yeah, but that's assuming you'd have beat them. I mean, now that you haven't played them, you can't really prove it. So
I think
for now, we can only assume that they are the better players.
I think you just need to look at some logs, my friend.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But either way, I mean, yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate turn of events for you guys, but I guess it does make it a bit more interesting.
Unfortunate, fucking idiotic turn of events. However,
yes.
Are we allowed to say that? Are we past the watershed here?
I think so.
I don't care.
Yeah. The sun's gone down, the kids should all be in bed. It's no longer a family stream.
We look forward. We look onwards and upwards.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I don't know, I'm all out of questions, so you got anything else, Everix? Anyone else got anything you want to say?
I think I'm good, to be honest.
Alright, cool. Everyone got their shout-outs ready. Hildreth, we'll start off with you.
Oh, I've got shout-outs for Arctic Foxes. They are my boys. Not really. Thanks for the good game. It was a good game. Shout out to my team, obviously. Shout out to Team England Highlander. They probably lost tonight without me.
They won, actually. I have the info on that.
Fantastic.
Denmark.
God.
Is it a spoiler? Oh.
Hopefully they never ask me again.
Who did England play?
I think it was Norway, Denmark, somebody like that.
Denmark, I think, yeah.
Right. This is only like 3 players from that country anyway, so.
Yeah. And shout out to UGC Kamari, my lady.
Alright, good stuff.
What's your shout-outs, Raptor?
Shout out to twitch.tv/teamfortress.tv too, where we'll be playing the Ulti-Duo Grand Final after this interview.
Best of luck.
Shout out to my team, obviously. Shout out to Ellie, Samsi. Shout out to Snack, obviously. I think that's it. Shout out to Psychus.
Alright, Mr. Tiger, anything to say?
No, I'm good, thank you. Shout out to the team, I suppose.
Alright. I guess I'll shout out my boy Ben Stones, because you wanted a shout out, Silence, big guy. And a shout out to you guys for putting on a good game. That was really fun to watch. And shout out to Everix for casting with me.
Aww. Shout out to zeFrosty with casting with me.
Oh,
Ah.
thank you.
Obviously, shout out to you guys for casting this game.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
All right. Well, my shout out's actually already been stolen. I was going to shout out the Highlander game, but somebody took the thunder from me with that one. So
Sorry.
with that, no worries, no worries. It's all good. It's all cool. So yeah, with that, we say thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.
Bye! Alright,